Coming up in today's video, we have got some cozy jumper knitty things. The teeniest, tiniest stars you ever did see. This, what could this be? And, oh, so many caviar beads. So many caviar beads. Oh, and we're going to use one of the moulds. Yay, hello. Hello, gang. Hello, friends. Hello, gang, friends. This might be the prettiest thing I've ever done. Thanks for joining me, lovely people. We're going to start with Late Lecture, which I think was the September, or was it October, or was it August collection from Madame Glam. We're going to do this on all nails. This is the nicest light pink ever. And we're going to take we're going to take a breath. Hang on. Whew, okay, let's not have one of those videos where I can't breathe. We're taking the gold gel paint and we're just going to do a swirl. Don't really need to do this because we're going to... You okay over there, my sweet? Sorry if you can hear Dexter snorting. We're going to cover it with crystals, so it's just kind of a guide, and the crystals we're going to use are goldy ones, so I thought let's do gold. So we cured that and we are matte. We're velvet topping. Look how nice that gold looks with velvet top. And then we're going to take the Late Lecture again, and you cannot see what I'm doing. I can't anyway. We're going to do a little knit pattern, and each time I do one of these dashes, you see I sort of point at where the one above started and then come down and move my brush down, not touching the nail, in the air, so that I start at the same point. I find with little dashes like this, it's easy to end up with a wonky line. Why are you awake now? You've just been asleep. And then on this side, I'm going to do them coming down. So sort of like a little V. Could have just done a little V. But instead of doing the normal where I go down and then across and then down and keep doing that, I thought I'd do this pattern for no reason. But I think maybe I would have preferred the other style. But there you go. So before curing that, don't cure it yet. We're going to take the Macart Pro clear acrylic dippy stuff, yeah? And we're going to cover the wet cable pattern. I go over this a lot, like until there's no shine left on the gel. You can mix the gel with the acrylic powder and do it that way, but I feel like it would be difficult to get sort of neat. Not that these are particularly... Oh, Dexter! He's nibbling himself. not like that. I think he's just got an itchy side, but he's stopped now. So we cured that, and then we dusted off with the Madame Glam duster brush, which is a really nice... There's like a bajillion bristles, so it gets in everywhere. And then we're going to take the art gel. I think I do show the product names later, but again, I've done these... What have I done? I've put these in a different order to how I did them. So I show them the first time I use them. But we're taking the art gel and the pickery uppery tool that I got from Temu. And we're going to add these sort of gold. They're kind of, light gold, champagne-y type colour. You can see the colour. Crystals. Oh, if only you could see my bear right now. Oh, Dex, you are so freaking handsome. Look at your velvety ears. Oh, baby boy. There was nothing else to tell you while I was putting crystals on, so I thought I'd spend some time with the dog. Any spare second, I'll tell him how handsome he is. He must have such an ego, because all he ever gets told is how handsome and lovely he is. Every time he walks in a room, it's like, Dexter, yay! I know. Do you think you're amazing? You should. You are. Sorry, sort of. We're going to add little caviar beads in between each of these. I couldn't, the caviar beads on that other picky uppy thing, pain in the bum, so switch to my wax pencil and then give them a wiggle and cure, and that's the first one done. Nice and easy, super pretty. I thought, why not go extra blingy? Why not? The good thing about this is if you shake it, it turns into two. And the other one is going in the other direction. I know. Magic. It's a Christmas miracle. Oh, I didn't. There we go. Got to twirl them off. Now we are taking... Why don't I look at the screen? Now we are taking base coat. Just doing a really thin layer. See how I'm like almost dry brushing it? You can see there's a bit of friction. Because we're going to not cure it. We're going to take these teeny tiny stars, also from the Temu. I've got a video of the Temu haul. There were these gold stars, some silver stars, and some black hearts and red hearts, but teeny tiny. And so we're going to put these into the wet base coat. Can you hear him breathing? Baby. His head's very close to mine. We're going to put them into the wet base coat, and we're going to try and get them all facing the right way. Some of them do end up a little bit wonky, but it's okay. And whenever I do things like this, so when you pick up sequins and put them on something, and you get where your cuticle stick that I'm using here has got, you know, a bit of gel on it from where I'm touching the nail, and it looks like you have this bubble on top of the sequin, which is just a tiny bit of gel. But once you top coat it, because it's clear, it disappears. So don't worry about that, you know, if it looks like you have a little bubble of gel. So we'll put these in a polka dot pattern. Fiddly but fun. And again, trying to make sure they're all facing the same way. Could have done, they might have looked nice no matter which way you put them on, but come on now. We're not hooligans. And there, I should have, you know, like cut this to when it was nearly finished, but I did the work. I need a record of it. So we're going to cure that. And this is what it would look like if you kept it shiny. Well, I haven't topped it, but, you know. But I'm going to velvet top it. Velvet top it. And look at this. How cute is that? The pink doesn't look as pink on camera as it does in real life. Oh, see, you could see a bit then. It's like a pale... This isn't going to make sense, but it's like a warm, cool pink. Yeah? A warm, cool pink. So now we're going to add some more art gel just over one of the stars here. And we're going to add a little blingy star, which is also from Temu haul. Pick one of these up. And then we're going to put it in the middle. I could have put one the same shape as those stars, but I don't know. I wanted something that looked a bit more twinkly. Oh, this thing. I'm not sure if I'm enjoying this or not, this tool. I'm yet to decide, or, you know, the jury is out. I think I need to use it a bit more for a proper verdict. But it picks things up great, but it doesn't always let them go. And because it's like this sort of putty substance, it's not like a rubbery silicone bit on the end. It's like you can squish it. Then sometimes it just crumbles off when you're in the middle of stuff. And that's that. Doesn't that look like a little sort of dream? It makes me think of like a baby girl's nursery. That's if I had a baby girl, she would have a pink nursery and the theme would be cosmic stars and moons and planets, and she will like space. You will be interested in space. Right. The next one, we haven't topped or anything, so it's just the pink polish. And then we're taking the art gel and we're making a big bead. And then this is a bit of, you know, like collector cards, like Pokemon cards or something. You get the sheets that you slot them in. It's what I have my foils in. It's one of those, and I just pat it on top. I think I might have pressed it down a little bit more before going into the lamp so it was bigger. See how that's bigger? But you get this perfect circle and it's completely flat. Now, you don't have to do this, but it does give you a flat surface to put flat things on, which is good. And it also helps raise it off the nail a bit. You know, really, when you'll see when we add the big bead over everything, how it sort of protrudes a bit more and looks more 3D than a dome built on the nail, which is also 3D, but this gives it a bit of an extra boost. So we've mixed some of the art gel with some white glittery bits, iridescent-y white bits. Oh, this was inspired by someone, this nail. I'll try and find it. Actually, was it one of those ones where the name had been cut off? I'll try and find it. But it was inspired by someone. It's not the same exactly, but it is inspired. So we're adding this gold snowflake, and then I thought we need to add a star because we've got stars in other places, and anytime I can use stars, I'm a happy bunny. So we'll plonk that to the side. That tool is not good for moving stuff around either because it just wants to pick it up again. And then, do we add anything else? Oh yeah, we do. We're going to add some of this Icicle Kiss No Wipe Top Coat. It's from the Advent calendar. It's amazing. I only use a tiny bit, but I have to do something else with this soon because it's so gorgeous. Just a sparkly, and I think it's reflective glitter top coat. Glitter top coat. I think they'd started to cure. I think the light on my desk does have some UV-ness in it, so the UV-ness. So the longer I sit there faffing, things start to cure. It's never been a problem whilst working on clients or anything. It's rarely a problem, but sometimes. So I added some caviar beads as well. Added one to the centre of that snowflake because there was a hole. And what are we doing now? We're going to take the gold gel paint again, and we're going to work out our centre. There we go. And just do a really thin line. See how the brush isn't bending at all. I literally just touched it on the nail and pulled. Don't even put enough pressure down for it to bend. And then I thought, oh, I'll use this gel to add the caviar beads, but I probably should have just done a line of this gel, art gel, and put the beads in that. And then we're going to plonk this little star on its side to look like a little crisscross bow, which we're going to cure and then pick off later because we had a new idea. But before we cure it, we're going to add the big bead, the big ball of gel. Should have used a different brush. This is the ultraliner and it's in my hand. Oh, I'm sorry, Dexter. Am I boring you? Baby. It's always in my hand. So I just kind of use it for everything. So we'll build up this ball, and because we're doing it on that flat surface, it's going to help it be a rounder shape. You know, sometimes when you build a dome straight on the nail, you don't get a completely round shape. It sort of leans to one, a bit kind of flatter on one side than the other, or just a tiny bit uneven. Well, mine are anyway. Yours might be perfect. So we'll plonk that on. We'll hold the nail upside down to, you know, let the bead fall and form a circle. But before it gets too sort of hanging down in the centre, then get it in the lamp. And I think I might have done another little layer of that, I think, just to really build it up. Here's a tip. These bits here, I'm using the art gel again to put some caviar beads and a little triangle at the bottom, 2 then 1. Because I've already done the big ball, I can't get it as close to the sort of outside of the circle as I want. There's like looks like there's a bit of a gap because of the big ball of gel there. So I would do those before the big bead, give them a cure, and then do the big bead. And now breathe. And now we are taking velvet again. This was the first one I did. And the plan was for everything to be shiny. But when I saw this bauble, I just thought it's going to look so much nicer on a velvet background. Look at all the fluff. I wasn't even wearing anything fluffy, apart from probably my socks. And then we'll top coat. So we cured the background. And then we'll top coat over the bauble. And we'll also top coat the caviar beads. You always want to top coat caviar beads because they just won't stay on otherwise. And you can top coat over charms like that. You don't want to top coat over crystals because you'll get rid of the facets and that's what makes them twinkle. And then, oh yeah, no, we're not finished with this one. I wanted to add some snow on the top of the bauble. Do we use white embossing gel or white texture gel? Opened it and thought, that's just snow in a pot. So we're going to take the ultraliner again, of course, and add some snow. Because you can obviously use a white polish or gel paint or whatever and sprinkle some fine white glitter over it or some clear acrylic powder. But I wasn't going for that vibe for this. So we used this and just leave it like that, and it doesn't need topping. And it just looked so cool. It really looked like snow. Well, in the nail world. Nail art snow. Okay, Bubs? Yeah. It's quite late. He's tired. And that is not that, actually. That is what it looked like so far. Then I thought, I know what I want to do. So we're going to take this off, see how we've top coated it so it doesn't come off easily. And then we're going to take a big bow. I put all the bows that came in little pots. I reorganized all the charms I got from Temu. So we're going to take this bow and then we're going to take our little embellishment bender. And, oh, I've forgotten your name and I've taken a screenshot, but I can't get to it. Thank you, you know who you are, for saying that you were the one who mentioned about using blue tack for this because it's hard to get it to stay in place. Look how long I was faffing around with it. But also to leave the blue tack in there so that you can store it with this little pushy thing inside it. Good little tip. I like little things like that make little things easier. So we're going to bend that and then we will get all the blue tack off it. Looks a bit of a mess, so it takes a second just to roll up all the blue tack. And then it will curve to match the nail. How fantastic! And we can... Oh, and what I did was, instead of trying to put the pattern of this bow using the gel paint on the nail, I thought I'll just put it straight on the back of the bow, which wasn't held very tight on this thing. So I was trying to be really gentle. You can see it wobbling around. More fluff. And then I can put it on like that so that I know that there's gel on every part of the underside of the bow. I wouldn't have been able to look at the bow and match it perfectly in gel on the nail. I just know. And another tip, if you want to do this and you're going to use a big bow like that, put it on first so you can see how long your string of your bauble needs to be. See, if I'd have known I was doing this bow, I would have done some more caviar beads before starting the bauble, because one of the legs of the bow touches the top of the bauble. So I would have had it hanging down a bit longer. And then I'm going to top coat over that and let it kind of seal all around it, not just... You don't want the top coat to just be on the gold. You want it to almost fall down the sides, and touch the nail. And then I'm just going to take the velvet again, so I've cured that, and just fill in inside, which is going to cover up any bits of shiny top that we just put on there. But it's also going to help cling on to the bow, stop it from falling off or being able to be picked off, because you're sort of sealing it in whilst doing this. And this is this one. I think it might be one of the prettiest things I've ever done. I do wish the string of the bauble was a bit longer. Do you see what I mean about the dome though? How much more domey it is. And also, again, having that flat surface to put that flat snowflake on, which you could have bent. But it just means you can put flat things in there, which is quite cool. And now, I don't know what we're doing now. Oh yeah, I do. We're going to just use a better brush, woman, for this sort of thing. This is just pure laziness. All my brushes are to hand. So we're taking the art gel and we're going to put some of the pink late lecture in, and then we will mix them together. And I needed more than what I'd made. Not very good at guesstimating things. And we're going to use this mould, also from Temu. Oh, actually, was this one from the other day? Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? And we're going to fill in, which one? One of these. One of you said the other day, because I said when I was doing the swatching video, and I was like, oh, my tapes ran out again. I only did that the other day, didn't I? And one of you, was it Michelle? Was like, no, that was your batteries that ran out last time. I was like, oh yeah. It's just funny that you remember these things. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. It was. So we'll fill this in, and because the art gel doesn't need topping, I think it wasn't tacky, even though we've got the gel polish in there. I don't think it was tacky when it came out, so I didn't need to top this, but I think I did, because I think I might have made it velvet, did I? I really can't remember. And this took about 2 minutes to fill this up, but it was like my first time. And then I did another one, and I thought, well, I won't record the second one. The other one took me about 20 seconds, because I just put a lot more product in there straight away, and it kind of did its own thing. So we cured that way up, and then I turned it over and cured it the other way as well. And look at this. How stinking cute is that? No, of course not as cute as you, Dexter. Don't be ridiculous. I thought I'd nip off a little bit here so that the thumb was a bit more defined. Look at that cute little mitten. It doesn't fit though. Just a tad too small. So I made another one, and I thought that's a bit much. It's a bit overbearing having both of them on the nail. And then I thought maybe I should do it in gold to match the other goldy bits, so there can be some gold on that nail. So I got a different tool. Hooray! And I mixed in some chrome pigment, some gold chrome. And I don't use this, but I thought I'd just show you that this is a thing you can do, just in case you didn't know. And we're going to mix that. And the thing is, I wasn't expecting it to, but it doesn't obviously come out chrome because we're not rubbing this chrome in. It's still just a sparkly pigment in this sort of state. So we'll fill that in, and then this came out. Needs a tiny little trim on the sides, but that's okay. Cute, but no, too dark. Too dark, isn't it? But I'll hang on to it, might need it in the future. So I thought, what if we top coat it, but very thinly, like really drag the polish off almost, as if you're trying to unpaint it, because you don't want to fill in any of the details, any of the tiny little bumps and things. And then chrome it, knowing again I'm not going to get a completely smooth chrome because the pattern is all ziggity-zaggedy. Silicone tool did make it a bit better, but still wasn't the shiny sort of thing I was going for. I'm sure there's a better way to do it. Like if I made the charm with top coat, then it would maybe chrome better. But it looks quite cool, but then you need to top it again. And I still didn't like that. But yeah, you would need to top it again. Otherwise that powder will just... Oh, no, wait. It's built... Oh, yeah, because I chromed it. Yeah, it would just come off. And then I found this, which is one of the charms from the Temu, which, is sort of what I've just made. Anyway, I'm going to go for the pink. Took a while to decide. I moved on and did another nail because I couldn't decide and got annoyed at myself. So I'm going to put the art gel on the back of this, and then I've velveted this one. So I'm going to carefully put it on there. You don't want to, I think I do end up wiggling it a bit more than I wanted. You don't want to wiggle it around too much because you don't want the art gel to be on the matte background visible. So we cured that, and now we're going to add some more art gel again. I wonder how many times I've said art gel in this video. And I thought, let's add some caviar beads and make them fancy pants mittens. How cute is that? I did see what it would look like with tiny crystals, but even the tiniest crystals were a bit too big. And I thought caviar beads will be perfect because we're also, oh, I love that. We're also going to use them for the mitten string. So we're going to do a big curve, and then we'll do a curve coming from the top to meet them. Instead of trying to draw a loop or paint a loop, we'll just do 2 big curves. And then we can add caviar beads to those, cure it, and then we'll want to top over all the caviar beads. I don't think I have topped that mitten. I think it wasn't tacky. Maybe I should have velveted it. But I didn't want to fill in any of the little nooks and crannies, you know. Oh, I feel like I've been talking forever. How is everyone? Are you all okay? I've been had a couple of days, not so good. I'll tell you about it at some point because you'll think it's the most ridiculous thing to have a full-blown panic attack about. But I didn't have a full-blown panic attack. I had 3, which was horrendous. So spent those days pretty much in bed trying to distract myself with games. So not the most productive of days. But yeah, I'm feeling okay right now. Right now. Ask me again in 5 minutes. So I hope you're all well. Thank you for all your comments. Oh, and thank you to those who emailed about the stuff I was giving away. It has all gone. I replied to loads of them. If yours wasn't one of the ones I replied to, I'm really sorry. The stuff has gone. And I'm sorry if I haven't replied to your email, but I did reply to a lot. And then I had my panic attack days, so that nothing gets done on those days. Right, we've cured those. I love that. I was umming and erring about this nail, thinking, I'm not going to like it, but I think it's one of my faves. So we're just going to top over the caviar beads. Make sure they're not going anywhere. There we go. Imagine like the caviar bead on a nail. Now imagine the top coat kind of sloping up to the caviar bead over and then down to the other side. You really want them in there. And it doesn't matter that you can see a tiny bit of shine around them because it's so small, you really can't see it in real life. I showed these to someone and they said, can people see those details though? So I should bloody hope so. I've been doing it for over a decade. You tell me it's pointless because nobody can see it. Anyway, time for tidy up. I think 16 minutes was the tidy up for today, if you were wondering. Useless information. I'm going to do in the new year, hopefully I didn't say this last year and didn't do it, but I have got some new desk drawers and things, and I've had a bit of a rejig of some things. I still need to sort out some drawers, but I will do a desk tour because I know a few of you have asked recently. I have got a previous desk tour video, but everything's changed. Like everything's changed. Well, a lot of it's changed. Oh, look, I found a pot that had for some reason left a ring at the bottom of this tray. How though? But how did it do it? It wasn't pouring out the sides. It was just on the bottom. Why does that happen sometimes? You know? It hasn't leaked, but just at the bottom of it is a ring of the product. I don't understand. Maybe I need to put a tiny little camera in there and monitor it over the next 4 years and see how it happened. But yes, I want to do a desk tour video, and I've got lots of videos in mind. So I need to make a list. I think I've got a list somewhere. It's probably about 3 years old now of things I've been saying. Yeah, I'll do one of those for you soon, promise. One day I'll fulfill the little video promises. I need a new palette. I wanted to get one from KMS Studios, I think, or something like that. And her and I have been messaging on and off, like we're both clearly terrible at replying to people because it's been over a year messaging of me sort of basically saying, is this design work? Can you send me a mock-up? What, you know, and wanting to order. And now it says that the website's not available and she hasn't posted for ages. And I can't find that sort of one anywhere. Like a white one with a sort of engraved, not engraved, but like it looks like a shadow of your logo sort of thing. And I wanted to do a Gang Friends one. And I was going to say keep it on file because then you guys could have Gang Friends palettes. So if you know her or have something of hers and know a better way to get in touch, let me know. So that is my nice tidy desk. That was a long clear up, wasn't it? Sorry. And this is the set. I think this has got to be one of the prettiest things I've ever done. I'm definitely into my pink at the moment. Oh, weird. But how cute is that? Not very often that I admire my own work, but I love that. I think it's so cute. Thank you to the inspo for the bauble. I mean, there's been a million people who've done baubles. I've done baubles before, but it was with the gold snowflake in that made me do that. Let me know what you think. Hand, because sometimes hand. Let me know which one's your favourite. Let me know if you would wear this set. Look how cute it is! It would look nice in other colours as well. I appreciate you being here so much. I really do. Oh, I was trying to show that it's definitely pink and not nude. That's nude. And I thought, does that go with the set? Definitely. Like, comment, hype, subscribe. I appreciate you being here and I will see you in the next one. Bye.